Saddam Hussein, the late president of Iraq, wrote several novels and a number of poems which were published anonymously. On Monday, March 23, 2178, Pluto will complete its full orbit since its original discovery in 1930. The Vatican City is home to the world's only ATM that gives instructions in Latin. In 2008, a 19-year-old from Somerset, England named George Garrett officially changed his name to Captain Fantastic, faster than Superman, Batman, Wolverine, the Hulk and the Flash combined. A jellyfish has no ears, eyes, nose, brain, or heart. The average IQ rate has been declining over recent decades. This is because smarter people are having less children. There's a natural gas vent in Iraq known as the Eternal Fire that's been burning for over 4,000 years. Like fingerprints, our tongues all have unique prints. There is real-life sport called bonsai skydiving, which involves throwing your parachute out the plane and jumping out after it. Labiorphilist is the collection and study of beer bottle labels. Donald Duck comics were banned from Finland because he isn't wearing any pants. The nose is connected to the memory center of your brain, hence why smell triggers some of the most powerful memories. In Egypt, actors were once not allowed to testify in court as they were seen as professional liars. Bedbugs survive longer in beds that are made, so scientists actually suggest that you leave your bed unmade once in a while, as it ends up being healthier for you. In March 2013, a man got a tattoo of the word Netflix on his side, for which, after tweeting a picture of it to the company, gave him a free year of service. If you rearrange the first letters of the main characters' names in the movie Inception, Dom, Robert, Eames, Arthur, Mel, Sato, they spell dreams. Vodka in Russian translates to little water in English. Today's gold medals are only 1.3% gold. The last time a pure gold medal was given out was in the 1912 Stockholm Olympics. In the United Kingdom, the Queen cannot be arrested no matter what crime she commits. This is because the Crown itself is the prosecuting force in the UK, and hence the Crown cannot verse the Crown itself. The other members of the royal family do not share the same immunity. People have been eating potatoes since 7,000 years ago. Before alarm clocks were invented, there was a profession called a knocker-up, which involved going from client to client and tapping on their windows or banging on their doors with long sticks until they were awake. This lasted till the 1920s. The Witwatersrand Basin was the densest area containing gold in the world. More than 40% of all of the gold ever mined has come out of the basin. Cows have best friends and can be stressed when separated from them. The Burj Al Arab Hotel in Dubai offers their guests a 24-karat gold iPad for the duration of their stay. Vending machines kill about 13 people a year. According to a study done in 2008, smells can influence our dreams. Subjects of the study, where the scent of roses were infused when they were dreaming, gave nearly all of them pleasant dreams. However, when the air around those subjects was infused with the smell of rotten eggs while they were dreaming, they had negative dreams. Shani Shingnapur is a small village in India with 300 buildings, all of which have no doors in their doorways. These people leave their homes, businesses, and schools open at all times under the belief that if anyone does anything dishonest, that they will face 7 years bad luck. There is a doctor in Nepal named Sandak Root who has restored vision to over 100,000 people in the developing world. In the 1930s, an Argentinian engineer named Juan Weiler created a rain-making machine and successfully made it rain in several places at once. He then disappeared without a trace. A human taste bud has an average lifespan of 7 to 10 days. Taste bud cells undergo continual turnover, even into adulthood, but taste buds in rats last from 2 days to over 3 weeks. There is a unique tree near Piedmont, Italy called the double tree of Casorzo. It's actually 2 trees in one, a cherry tree growing on top of a mulberry tree. Various studies have shown that coffee prevents cancer, reduces risk of diabetes, and can improve overall health. Human bone is ridiculously strong. A cubic inch of it can bear the weight of 5 standard pickup trucks, making it 4 times as strong as concrete. The expression "to get fired" comes from long ago clans that wanted to get rid of unwanted people, so they would burn their houses instead of killing them, creating the term "got fired." In the aftermath of the Iranian embassy siege in London, an SAS trooper tried to take the only surviving gunman, Fauzi Najad, back into the building to shoot him, but changed his mind when he realized the raid was being broadcast on live television. The Channel Tunnel, a rail tunnel with the longest undersea portion of any tunnel in the world, has full mobile phone coverage. The T-shirt was invented in 1904, and it was primarily marketed towards bachelors as bachelor undershirt. It was stretchy enough to be pulled over the head. No safety pins, no buttons, no needle, no thread. One of the most feared and hated pirates of the Caribbean, Blackbeard was only inactive as a pirate for 2 years. A 19th century surgeon once tried to amputate a patient's leg in under 150 seconds. In his haste, he also amputated his assistant's fingers and slashed through the coat of a spectator. Both the patient and the assistant died of gangrene, and the spectator dropped dead of fright. It is the only instance in recorded history of an operation with 300% mortality rate. When curry was introduced into Japan, it was considered a British dish, not an Indian one, because of its popularity among British sailors. Kent's, a major tobacco company, sold unique cigarette filters in the 1950s and advertised their health benefits. The advertised ingredient that set them apart was asbestos. The brain has an automatic penis maintenance function to force erections if unused for too long. The reason all videos are subtitled on Netflix is because the National Association of the Deaf filed a class action lawsuit against them in 2010. Neil deGrasse Tyson criticized the scene in Titanic where Rose looks at the night sky after the ship sank, saying the placement of the stars was inaccurate. After speaking with Tyson, Cameron corrected the scene for the DVD. It was the only scene to be completely redone for the Ray release. As a child raised in South Carolina, U.S. political comedian Stephen Colbert observed that Southerners were often depicted as being less intelligent than other characters on scripted television. To avoid that stereotype, he taught himself to imitate the speech of American news anchors. An extinct bird called Rodriguez solitaire had strange knob-like balls on its wings. These balls were used by the bird as a deadly weapon to defend its territory and its mate, and the noise it made sounded like thunder in the distance. The name of the America's #1 wee flying ace was Dick Bong. Actor Paul Marcarelli, the Verizon Wireless "Can you hear me now?" guy, told The Atlantic magazine that the catchphrase plagues him so much that someone even said it to him at his grandmother's funeral as her casket was being lowered into the cemetery plot. While shooting the Blues Brothers movie, they had a budget for cocaine. Stroke brain attack is the third leading cause of death in the U.S. The human eye weighs about 7.5 grams. When children are 6 years old, they can understand approximately 13,000 words. High school graduates know at least 60,000 words. Approximately 80% of the dragonfly brain is devoted to processing visual information. Mr. Jeffries, a basset hound, is the dog with the longest ears. His ears measure 29.2 centimeters 11.5 in length. Aspirin, the commonly used pain reliever, gets its name by combining the from acetyl and spirin from spireic acid, the old term for salicylic acid.